Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fabulates. This is Angela, and I've got 2 questions for you so far. What opens with Jackie talking about getting with Ev? And what closes with Sania getting with Ashley? If you guess Basketball Wives, Season 6, episode... Look, I got 1 in my notes, and we know it ain't episode 1. But anyway, last night's episode, you're correct. If you'd like to see how we got from opening to closing from my perspective, come on, join me. Thank you. Welcome back. Let's go. Okay, so picking up exactly where we left off with them in the restaurant, and Evelyn is outside in the car. She done called... She said she's, I made notes. Okay, so let me just go through my notes. So, picking up where we left off, Shawnee thinks that Jackie needs prayer and medication. She ain't say prayer and meditation. She said prayer and medication. And she said this is not her normal kooky crazy. This is something more. And I'm like, well, Ev too. But I guess, to be fair, Shawnee was inside with Jackie. So she maybe didn't see until she watched the replay how Evelyn was carrying on as well. So everybody need prayer and medication around here in these pots. Because Ev was calling the grimy goons of Bronx and New York to get Jackie. She told him, I don't care how long you have to wait. Get her! Get her! And Evelyn, she said she about to block her on Instagram right now. I guess I'm not an Instagram person, so I was kind of like laughing at that. Like, okay, that's right. I'm going to block you. That'll show you. Maybe it will. I don't know how that works. I am on Instagram, but I'm not really on Instagram. I don't have enough memory. I had to make choices, and so Instagram had to go. Memory on my tablet. I had it for a second, but I never got into it. So then we're at breakfast the next morning, and there's Shawnee, and there's Ev, and there's BJ, and a mystery woman who I found out later was Hazel. Remember, what's the child's name? Tam's niece Hazel is on the trip too. And Ev is crying because Jackie brought her back to her violent past. If not for Jackie, she would be healthy and whole. Now, see, you gotta take responsibility for you, boo. You can't give other people responsibility to push your buttons or just send you over the edge, or you just walking around waiting for people to wind you up and push your buttons. You have to be in control of you. So we can't blame Jackie for your foolishness, Ev. And you know you came on this show for the foolishness. So I don't buy that. And if you buy it, I think that you need to go back and get some therapy, talk to Iyanla. Just continue to do the work. Continue to do the work, sister. Okay. So then we see Jackie and Tam and Sania are walking on the street. And Tam is like, well, Evelyn did throw the first stone. And I'm like, the first stones, because if you watch, to me, watching the episode, it seemed like Evelyn been on Jackie's behind for a couple shows. I mean, in her interviews and stuff, she seemed kind of hostile and aggressive to me toward Jackie. Jackie is just playing her normal kooky crazy to me. Tam says that she and Evelyn are not best friends. She can't even say that they're building a friendship. And she says to Jackie that you are crazy, but both of you threw stones in that situation. Then we see Evelyn laughing. Oh, and I made note that Evelyn was laughing at Jackie's baggy catsuit. Maybe because I'm not like a fashion person, a clothes person, a fashionista, I can't really, it just seems petty and mean to me to talk about how another person dresses. I feel like dress yourself, enjoy your clothes, enjoy other people's clothes who you enjoy, but I don't really understand or appreciate, dogging somebody out for how they dress, or feeling like how someone dresses is just this big indicator of their character or their quality as a person. I'm not, yeah, I guess it's, oh, my phone is doing that thing. My phone is doing that thing, which is probably convenient in some situations, but it's not convenient in this situation. So, yeah, that, and then I guess later on in the episode, Evelyn says something else about somebody's clothes, and I'm kind of like, it seems mean to me, because if you were blessed with a sense of style and a nice body and know how to put things together, yay. But I mean, everybody doesn't have that. I mean, I don't feel like it's like some big character flaw or even something worth, noting and conversing. Like, I think, yeah, we just have different value systems, because I just feel like, is it really that important? Like, if I like somebody and respect somebody, am I going to be like, oh, but look at how she dresses? I mean, or how he dresses. And Tam Tam is saying that even though Jackie has, exploded and is probably ready to move on, that she thinks that Evelyn is that type of woman who will never forgive. See, I don't know what Evelyn's sign is, but the way that Jackie described it, it's kind of like, not Jackie, but Tam Tam described it. Jackie is kind of like that Aries vibration. They just explode, and then it's over. They done with it. They finish. Versus the Scorpio type vibration, where it's like, when they get mad, it's kind of a build-up. And like, I have some Scorpio in my chart, and it's sort of like, when I get done with somebody, I'm not only am I done with them, but it's almost like, even though in my mind I know better to I want to forgive people and move on, there's like a part of me that's like, I remember he was that man who 12 years ago said this. And it's like, it's just like, it's hard for me on some level. My mind, as an adult, I can move on, and my mind will tell me to move on, but there's a part of me that's like that Scorpio, and that's what I think she's saying, that Jackie is more Aryan in her energy. She explodes. It's it's big, it's loud, it's childish. But Evelyn is more, she ain't never gonna forgive Jackie. Okay, so then we see Jazz and Tam Tam. They're going to the potential record label meeting. Remember, that's why we're in New York, why we're having this girls trip to New York in the first place, as a group, because of this work that Tam Tam and Jazz are doing. I thought it was interesting. I'm not in the music business, but she was so moved, Jazz was so moved by her own work they were playing, that she had to get up, and she was, I don't know if she was lip syncing or, just dancing, but she had to get up and perform. But I just thought that was interesting. And I also love Jazz and Lyric, the names. Like, if you're a person who's into music, my sister is called Melodic. I think that's so pretty. Melodic, isn't that pretty? Jazz, Lyric, Melodic, all of those names, it makes you think of music because they're musical. But the meeting is successful. Tam Tam is in tears. Yay! That's exciting. So she feels like it's the culmination of everything that they've worked for. But we know that it's just, it's so many, you can have so many successes along the way. But yeah, it's always good to have a success and celebrate a success. So yay, congratulations, y'all. Then we see Shawnee and BJ and Ev. No Tam. Where's Tam? And Ev is like, wondering, is she sick, Tam Tam? Or is Tam Tam hanging with Jackie? I mean, she's just suspicious, and she wonders. See, that's that Scorpio vibration again, sort of suspicious. So I need to look up her birthday. She might not be actually have her sun in Scorpio, but maybe she has a lot of stellium in Scorpio, or maybe she has her sun in Scorpio's house, which is the 8th house. So you'd have to see her chart to see all of that. But anyway, she's suspicious. Hazel seems cool. They talking about Hazel and something. Hazel seems cool, so I'm cool with her friend coming. So her friend is coming along or meeting up with them or something. Her friend is probably cool since Hazel was cool. And then she basically goes on to say that Sania is probably wrong because Jackie is wrong, and Sania hangs with Jackie. So, I mean, I can appreciate in a way, that association, relationship by association to a point. But, you know, I don't think it goes all the way. But I definitely think that the people that we associate with say something about us. Now, what it says about us is something different. But I think it definitely says something about who we are and what we value and all of that other good stuff. But she said she goes on to say that she's so glad to not have the dead weight of going out with someone like her who dresses like she's going to the gym when everyone else is dressed like they're going to dinner. See, that's that stuff I don't really understand. It's kind of like if we going out to dinner, we talking, we having a good time, we interacting, we vibing. Is how you dress really gonna get on my nerves or really bother me? I guess I'm not that girl. I'm not that woman. I don't understand that. Look, and my face is all, I don't like it. I'm like, what? That seems, to me, it seems very superficial, like literally, like you're looking at how someone dresses, like someone dresses a certain way, and so that's dead weight to you. Like, that's kind of, dead weight is like a strong term to me. Like if someone was like, oh, her attitude is so negative, or, you know, her behavior, I could see those things being dead weight. But somebody's dress, and sometimes, like, you know, I know some people who the way they dress, I don't think it's the most flattering for their body. But that's anyway. Okay, so we're at the club. We're at the restaurant with Evelyn and Shawnee and BJ and Hazel. And Hazel's friend Ash is coming. And Hazel says, nowadays, you have your side chick, you have your main girl, and everybody just rolls with it. So I don't know if that's true. Maybe in certain circles, that's people's value system. But I know a lot of people who are not okay with, you know, if their partner was involved with somebody else, particularly a man was involved with another woman and they knew it, they wouldn't be like, oh, okay. And I think there have always been people who have been okay with it. I told y'all before, I had an auntie, and her husband had the reputation, from what I hear, of being a hound. And you know what I mean by a hound. You know, I don't know what the modern day term is, but you know, he was a freak boy. He liked to get it. He was a fuck boy. You know what I'm saying? But he was a man because he's my uncle. But but she didn't care. She was cool with it because of the material things that he provided, or at least that's the story that I've always heard. I never talked to her about it, so I don't know how she felt in her heart, but that was the rumor. But I imagine that different people are different. For some people, you know, loyalty might be very important, and for some people, material things might be very important, or, you know, in any multitude of things in the world could be important to one person and not important to another person. So I don't know if that's like a generational thing. I don't know. But to me, no. That's not how I roll. But then I guess I'm old-fashioned. And then Ev is like, when Ash comes in, another comment. Oh, Ash looks good. Like the kind of person I like. Like, let's dress up for dinner. So that means that she likes her because of how she dresses. Okay, let me shut up. I'm going to try to get off of this subject because I don't want to, you know. Ash invited a woman into her relationship, like a three-way. And now the woman that she invited for this threesome menage a trois is now her man's woman. Okay. So I don't know. I guess I'm curious as to how she analyzed that situation, if she learned anything from it, if she would do anything different the next time around. I mean, I got questions. I got questions. You got questions? Because I got questions. Okay, so Ash says that she knows that Sania is a whore. She says that she used to be a toothpick, but she always had big boobs. They have a convo about Sania being nice. The OGs are like, oh, well, she seems nice, and then it's kind of like this whole conversation kind of implying that, like, maybe she's not nice, and, you know, because of what this other child said. And can't you form your opinions based on your experience? Okay, so then Hazel is she's going to bring Ash to Sania's party for drama and for shit starting, and that seems to be her intention. And then they're all dancing and having a rip-roaring, drama-free good time. So Shawnee, then we see Shawnee in a meeting with a woman named Monique Rodriguez for a woman's empowerment brunch. And the only thing that I could see was the point of that was to kind of throw shade at Jackie, because she was kind of like, my women's empowerment brunch is not going to be anything like Jackie's women's empowerment party or whatever. So I was kind of like, is that the whole point of that scene? You know, so now we bashing Jackie some more. So then we see Tam Tam and BJ. They're walking on the street. They've been invited to go and get drinks with Jackie. And BJ, so when they're talking, you know, Tam Tam is basically trying to be like, you know, now Jackie is crazy, but, you know, and then BJ is like, well, blah, 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 blah. And then Tam Tam is like, now, if we're going to say that we can't talk, we're not going to talk about each other's kids, then we do have to admit that in that situation with Ev and Jackie, that, and BJ is like, Evelyn threw the first insult. She threw the first kid's insult. So even BJ knows that. And they're at one of those vodka bars that are made made of ice. You know, I think they have them in Russia. I didn't know they had them in New York. But, you know, it's a nice little gimmicky, kind of interesting place to go, I think. And then, of course, we have Jackie with her sex talk antics. That's the role she plays. She's always going to talk about sex. That's what she does. And BJ is telling what Ashley said about Sania sleeping with Ashley's man. And Jackie is like, well, I'm going to tell Sania about Ashley and that Ashley is planning to come to the party. So, this is a side note. Are these two new women, Tam Tam's niece Hazel, who I didn't recognize, and Hazel's friend Ashley on deck to replace Malaysia and Brandy? Is that what's going on? But then I think I saw in the previews later on that Malaysia and Brandy, or Malaysia was back. I don't know. But I think I heard or read someplace that they trying to get rid of, that the OGs are trying to get rid of Jackie, Brandy, and Malaysia. And they basically got Brandy out, but they still trying to get rid of Malaysia and Jackie. So they trying to do stuff to, you know, to undermine them, make them look crazier or whatever. Okay, so we're in the car with Shawnee and Tam Tam, and they're on the way to Sania's party. And Jackie is arriving via pedicab, and she says that she feels so fierce. Then Jackie tells Sania about Ashley and what BJ told her Ashley said. Now, when I'm saying that, that sounds really crazy and convoluted and confusing. Did y'all follow that? Because I just wrote down what had happened. What had happened is that Jackie told Sania about Ashley and what BJ told her. Okay, so yeah. But it is convoluted. All this he say, she say, or she say, she say, that she said, that she said, that we said, that are we in the 6th grade playing telephone, or are we grown people? Or is, oh, I'm sorry, or is this basketball? It's Basketball Wives. I'm sorry, I forgot for a minute. And then Hazel is being messy by inviting Ashley. That was their intention. That's what they said they were going to do. They thought it would be funny or cute or whatever. And then in comes Hazel with Ashley and BJ. And, you know, the person who's throwing the party, Sania, is like, who invited you? I don't want you here. And then Hazel's behind says that I was confused by it. She says, well, I don't have to leave. Everyone else is here. And then I blinked at it. And then I guess Sania threw a punch or a slap at the child. And then I guess Hazel and Ashley jumped on Sania. And it was like, woo! So that was the end of the episode, right? I didn't write anything else down. I might have just fell out from, you know, the stress and the drama and the trauma. But that's Basketball Wives. Messy, messy, messy. Silly, silly, silly. What would I give? I'd probably give this episode an 8. It was entertaining. You know, I had some commentary to make and some, oh, I don't understand it. You know, and that's why we watch, right? Messy. And then, Yeah, these grown people fighting is just so amazing to me. It is, because I haven't been in a fight. The last fight I was in, I told y'all I was like in the 5th or 6th grade, maybe the 4th grade. I don't know, but do your friends fight? Y'all be bam bamming like Tam Tam and them? That's what I got, Fabulites. Don't fight. Use your words. That's what we tell children. Use your words, not your hands. Be you, be fabulous you. Peace.